Have you ever noticed that some people walk into a room and immediately earn respect? Not because they're the wealthiest, not because they're the most beautiful, there's just something about them. They carry themselves with quiet confidence. They speak with wisdom instead of arrogance. They remain humble even when they're successful. They influence others without demanding attention. In a world obsessed with appearance, status, and popularity, these people remind us that true greatness isn't something you wear, it's something you become. But here's the question. What if becoming that kind of person isn't about changing your circumstances? What if it's about changing your character? Thousands of years ago, there lived a young woman who answered that question with her life. She wasn't born into royalty. She didn't grow up surrounded by luxury. She didn't inherit power or influence. In fact, by every human standard, she should have been forgotten by history. She was an orphan, a young Jewish girl living in a foreign land under the rule of a king who didn't worship her God. She had no crown, no palace, no political power, no guarantee that tomorrow would be better than today. And yet, this ordinary young woman would become one of the most influential women in history, not because she chased a throne, but because she prepared her heart. Her name was Esther. Today, when people hear her name, they often picture a beautiful queen wearing elegant robes and a golden crown. But if beauty were all that mattered, her story would never have survived for thousands of years. The real reason Esther is remembered isn't because she became queen, it's because she became the kind of woman God could trust with influence. And that's what makes her story so relevant today. Because whether you're a student trying to find your purpose, a young professional building your future, a mother raising children, or someone simply searching for direction, Esther's life offers a blueprint for living with courage, wisdom, humility, and faith. You don't need a palace to live like a queen. You need a heart that's prepared for purpose. Today, we'll journey through Esther's remarkable story and discover the first lesson she teaches us, a lesson that has the power to change the way we see ourselves and the way we live every single day. To understand Esther's greatness, we must first understand where she came from. The story unfolds during the reign of King Xerxes, one of the most powerful rulers of the Persian Empire. His kingdom stretched across vast lands, ruling over many nations and millions of people. His palace was magnificent. Its walls gleamed with wealth. Its halls echoed with the voices of nobles, soldiers, and advisors. Power lived there, influence lived there, luxury lived there. But far away from the center of attention lived a young Jewish girl named Hadassah. Most people knew her by her Persian name Esther. Unlike the king, Esther had no riches. Unlike the nobles, she had no family name to protect her. Life had already tested her in ways many adults never experienced. She had lost both of her parents while she was still young. Imagine what that must have felt like. Imagine watching other children run into the arms of their mothers while you stood alone. Imagine wishing you could hear your father's voice just one more time. Imagine carrying questions that no child should ever have to ask. Why did this happen? Will anyone ever truly care for me? What does my future look like now? Loss has a way of making people feel invisible. It whispers lies that say your story is over before it has even begun. But the beautiful thing about God is that He often begins writing His greatest stories in places where people see only pain. Although Esther lost her parents, she wasn't left completely alone. Her cousin Mordecai stepped in and raised her as though she were his own daughter. He didn't simply give her a place to live. He gave her love. He gave her guidance. He taught her the traditions of her people. More importantly, He taught her to remain faithful to the God of Israel, even while living in a culture that didn't share those beliefs. Those quiet years mattered more than Esther probably realized, because while everyone else saw an orphan growing up in exile, God saw a future queen in training. Isn't that encouraging? Sometimes we think God is only working when dramatic things happen, when doors open, when prayers are answered immediately, when opportunities suddenly appear. But often God does His deepest work in seasons that feel ordinary. The years no one applauds. The days that seem repetitive. The moments when you wonder whether your life is moving forward at all, those are often the seasons when character is quietly being formed, and character always comes before calling. One day, everything changed. King Xerxes removed Queen Vashti from her position. The throne beside the king was suddenly empty. A search began across the empire for a new queen. Young women from every province were brought to the royal palace. Among them was Esther. Think about how overwhelming that must have been. One day, she was living an ordinary life. The next, she found herself surrounded by marble halls, royal guards, magnificent gardens, and women from every corner of the empire. Everything was unfamiliar. Everything was intimidating. Everything could have made her feel small. Yet Esther didn't try to become someone she wasn't. She didn't pretend. She didn't compete for attention. She didn't allow fear to control her. Instead, she listened. She learned. She respected the people who were there to guide her. The Bible tells us that Esther won favor with Hegi, the official responsible for caring for the women. Notice something interesting. Before Esther won the favor of the king, she first won the respect of ordinary people. That detail is easy to miss. Sometimes we're so focused on impressing important people that we forget how we treat everyone else. But true character doesn't change depending on who's watching. Whether someone is a king or a servant, whether someone can advance your career or offer you nothing in return, character remains the same. Eventually, the day came when Esther stood before King Xerxes. Out of all the women who entered the palace, the king chose Esther. She became queen. From the outside, it looked like a fairy tale, an orphan becoming a queen, a dream coming true. But behind the crown was something far more important than beauty: preparation, faithfulness, humility, character. And soon, those qualities would be tested like never before.